Welcome to Wisdom of the Stoicism. Have you ever felt completely overwhelmed by the constant noise around you, by the relentless flood of opinions, expectations, and the pressure to keep up? Imagine for a moment that ancient Stoic philosophers faced similar feelings over 2,000 years ago. The same emotions, the same struggles, and questions about identity, purpose, and what it means to live a meaningful life. Questions that still resonate deeply with us in today's fast-paced world. Isn't it fascinating that this wisdom from centuries past still holds such relevance? Today, we're diving deep into the Stoic way of life to uncover truths that can help us navigate the chaos of the 21st century with resilience, inner peace, and purpose. Whether you're here because you're dealing with stress, looking for answers, or simply curious about how Stoicism applies to modern life, this is the place for you. Together, we'll explore how Stoicism isn't just an abstract philosophy. It's a practical guide for living more fully, calmly, and authentically. And if you're ready to join us on this journey, please hit that subscribe button, stay tuned, and let's walk this path together. Each part of this video has been crafted for you, so don't skip any section. Each moment is a step closer to a stoic, resilient you. Now, let's dive into our first tip. 1. Care less about people's opinions. At some point, haven't we all found ourselves wrapped up in others' opinions, surrendering our peace just to fit the molds they create? But let's take a step back and look at this through the lens of ancient Stoic wisdom. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic thinkers, emphasized how futile it is to seek approval from others. He encourages us to question this natural desire to please, challenging us to break free from the chains of external validation. Picture this. At the end of the day, when you're lying in bed, it's only your thoughts you're left with, not anyone else's. So why not focus on those inner thoughts, on your true self, your values, and the actions that align with who you genuinely are? Imagine the freedom that comes with being unapologetically yourself, unshaken by the opinions of others or fleeting trends. Now, how do we actually start caring less about others' opinions? It begins with understanding and reinforcing our values. Ask yourself, what do I stand for? What matters most to me? When your actions align with your beliefs, you feel a kind of inner peace and authenticity that no amount of external approval can replicate. Plus, embracing your uniqueness attracts the right people into your life, those who appreciate you for who you are, not for who they want you to be. It's about quality over quantity. Deep, meaningful relationships based on respect and understanding are far more fulfilling than trying to gain the approval of the masses. Remember that people's opinions are just that, opinions. They are changeable, subjective, and often say more about the person expressing them than they do about you. True validation comes from within, from living a life that aligns with your values and principles. 2. Embrace honesty. When we think of honesty, we often think of it in simple terms, not lying to others. But Stoicism invites us to consider honesty on a much deeper level. It's about aligning our actions and words with our core values, creating a sense of integrity and wholeness that brings us true peace. Imagine the relief that comes from knowing your actions aren't just surface-level performances, but genuine reflections of your inner self. Epictetus, a well-known Stoic philosopher, emphasized the practical side of honesty. He believed honesty isn't just morally right, it's also simpler and more sustainable. Think about it. Living dishonestly is mentally exhausting. It requires constantly covering your tracks, keeping your story straight, and living in fear of being discovered. In contrast, honesty is straightforward and liberating. It allows you to live openly, at peace with yourself and others. But honesty also affects our relationship with ourselves. When we're honest with ourselves about our strengths, flaws, and desires, we pave the way for genuine self-growth and acceptance. Think of it as clearing out mental clutter, creating space for more peace and authentic connections with those around us. Honesty requires courage and vulnerability. It means admitting our mistakes, facing the consequences of our actions, and sometimes dealing with difficult truths. But the rewards, trust, respect, and a clear conscience, are immeasurably valuable. How can we bring more honesty into our lives? Start small. Practice transparency in your conversations. Reflect on moments when you may not have been entirely truthful, and ask yourself why. This journey toward honesty is gradual, and every step forward is a step toward a more serene, meaningful life. 3. Don't take things personally. It's hard to avoid that sting when someone's words or actions seem to strike us deeply. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher with a profound understanding of human nature, reminds us that people's behavior often has little to do with us. People act based on their unique perspectives, their struggles, and their experiences. Think of it this way: each of us is moving through life with a unique lens that colors how we perceive everything, including each other. Think of a time you reacted in a way that didn't truly reflect who you are. Chances are you were dealing with something else entirely: stress, insecurity, or maybe just a tough day. If we can recognize this in ourselves, we can extend that same understanding to others. This perspective shift isn't just about empathy, it's about protecting our peace. When we stop taking things personally, we let go of the unnecessary pain that comes with assuming everyone's actions are about us. It's like putting down a heavy burden, allowing ourselves to breathe more freely. How do we stop taking things personally, especially in the heat of the moment? It starts with a simple pause. When you feel hurt or anger bubbling up, take a deep breath. Remind yourself of Seneca's wisdom. This might not be about me at all. This small act of pausing can prevent a reactive spiral and give you the space to choose a more measured response. By regularly reminding ourselves that we don't have the full picture of what someone else is going through, we become less likely to feel hurt by their words or actions. 4. Cultivate patience. Marcus Aurelius frequently wrote about the virtue of patience. For him, patience was more than passively waiting. It was an active engagement with each present moment, no matter what it held. In his view, being patient was like putting on armor to face life's challenges, transforming irritants into lessons of endurance and calm. Imagine yourself stuck in traffic, a situation where frustration often takes hold. But what if, instead of reacting, you viewed it as an opportunity to listen to a favorite song, reflect on your day, or simply observe your surroundings? This shift doesn't change the traffic, but it changes how you experience it, turning a frustrating wait into a peaceful moment. Likewise, when dealing with a challenging person, imagine responding with patience instead of irritation. Patience doesn't mean accepting bad behavior. It means responding thoughtfully, which often diffuses tension and creates better outcomes for everyone involved. Patience in Stoicism isn't about gritting your teeth and enduring hardship. It's about seeing every delay, annoyance, or obstacle as part of your journey, not a detour from it. How can we strengthen our patience? Start by noticing when impatience arises. Recognize that feeling, take a deep breath, and remember the countless others before you who have faced challenges with dignity. Adjusting our expectations also helps. Often impatience stems from unmet expectations. If we remind ourselves that we can't control everything, we can find peace in life's unpredictable flow. Every moment of impatience is a chance to practice, to deepen our understanding of Stoicism, and to build a more peaceful, resilient mind. 5. Lead by example. Epictetus understood the power of action over words. He didn't just talk about Stoicism in the abstract, he lived it fully. For him, embodying your philosophy wasn't optional, it was essential. By making your life a reflection of your values, you not only strengthen your own character, but also set an example that others naturally want to follow. Imagine the impact this could have. When you show kindness in challenging situations, people notice. It can encourage others to act kindly as well. Your resilience, your calm, your steady integrity, they not only define you, but also create a ripple effect that reaches those around you. But how do we actually lead by example in our daily lives? Start with self-reflection. Take a moment to ask yourself what principles are most important to you. What values do you want to embody? Once you're clear on these, it becomes easier to align your actions with those values. This alignment isn't about perfection. It's about striving to live according to your ideals, even when it's hard or no one is watching. Another important part of leading by example is consistency. It's not just about doing the right thing when it's easy or convenient. True integrity shows up in all areas of life, from public to private. When we're consistent in our values, we build trust and respect among those around us. And if we make a mistake, because of course everyone does, owning up to it, learning and moving forward with renewed resolve only deepens that respect. Let's take inspiration from Epictetus and aim to be living examples of the values we cherish. Whether it's resilience, kindness, or integrity, let's strive to bring it to life in our actions. Remember, you have the power to inspire others by simply being true to who you are. Your example could be the light someone else needs to see their own way forward. 6. Tune out the negativity. In our world, negativity can feel inescapable, whether from social media, news cycles, or even daily interactions. But Marcus Aurelius taught us the importance of maintaining an inner citadel, a space of peace and strength within that no external negativity can penetrate unless we allow it. Imagine building your own fortress of calm, where hurtful words, harsh judgments, and unkind comments lose their power. To do this, it helps to recognize that we can't control what others say or do. We can't stop people from being negative or critical, but we can control our response. Rather than letting negativity disrupt our peace, we can choose to let it pass by, to not let it define us, and to keep our focus on our own path. One way to maintain this peace is to reflect on the source of the negativity. Often, people who spread negativity are struggling with their own insecurities or pain. This doesn't excuse their behavior, but it helps us respond with compassion rather than defensiveness or anger. Seeing their negativity as their burden, not yours, can help you keep your peace of mind intact. Mindfulness also plays a powerful role. When negativity arises, take a moment to pause and breathe. Remind yourself that this moment of negativity is just that, a moment. It will pass, and it doesn't have to shape your entire day or your mood. By staying present, you can avoid getting swept up in the negativity around you and focus instead on the positive and constructive aspects of your life. Remember, tuning out negativity isn't about shutting out the world or ignoring real challenges. It's about deciding where to place your energy and attention. Guard your peace, nurture your inner strength, and focus on what truly matters. You're the curator of your own life experience. Choose positivity and let negativity slide by. 7. Be full of love. Stoicism might seem focused on rationality, but there's a large place for love in its teachings. Seneca taught that love isn't simply something you feel, it's something you actively do. Love, he explained, is a giving energy that you put out into the world, and the more you share it, the more it returns to you in unexpected and beautiful ways. So what does it mean to be full of love from a Stoic perspective? It's about approaching each person and each moment with goodwill and an open heart. Imagine each interaction as an opportunity to spread kindness and understanding. Stoic love isn't contingent on how others feel about you. It's a genuine wish for the well-being of others, regardless of their attitudes toward you. Love also involves practicing forgiveness. Everyone we encounter is carrying their own burdens, facing their own battles. When we choose compassion and forgiveness, we not only lighten their load, but also our own. This creates a stronger connection, one that's based on shared humanity and mutual respect. Stoic love extends beyond just our interactions with people. It's about cultivating a love for life itself, embracing all its twists and turns with gratitude and joy. It's finding happiness in small things, appreciating beauty in the world around us, and engaging with life in a meaningful, positive way. This outlook creates a fulfilling and joyful existence, allowing us to approach life with an open and generous spirit. So, how can we bring more of this loving Stoic approach into our lives? Start small. Offer a kind word to a stranger, show appreciation to loved ones, or take a moment each day to practice gratitude. When you encounter negativity or hostility, choose to respond with understanding. Love isn't about naivety or ignoring reality. It's about meeting the world with kindness, even when it's challenging. In choosing love, you create a life full of meaning and connection. 8. Stop comparing yourself to others. How often do we find ourselves scrolling through social media, looking at someone else's highlight reel, and feeling like we just don't measure up? The Stoics, with their timeless wisdom, offer a way out of this cycle. They teach us that the only comparison worth making is with ourselves, who we were yesterday rather than who someone else is today. It's freeing to think that we don't have to compete with others. Instead, we can focus on becoming a better version of ourselves. The Stoics encourage us to keep our attention on our unique journey, our personal growth, and our own victories. Imagine the peace of mind that comes from no longer looking over your shoulder, no longer feeling inadequate in comparison to others. By focusing on yourself, you honor your path, and you develop a sense of self-worth that doesn't depend on external validation. How do we practice this? Start by becoming aware of when you're comparing yourself to others. Notice that moment of envy or self-doubt when you see someone else's success. Then remind yourself, my path is different, and that's okay. Celebrate your own achievements, no matter how small. Did you take a positive step toward a goal? Show kindness to someone. Make time for yourself. These are all victories worth acknowledging. Another Stoic exercise is to reflect on your growth. Look back and see how far you've come, the challenges you've overcome, and the lessons you've learned. This reflection not only boosts self-esteem, but also helps us appreciate our journey and the unique experiences that shape us. Remember, the Stoics didn't measure personal growth by material success. They valued qualities like wisdom, patience, resilience, and peace. So when you measure your progress, look to these deeper qualities. Are you more understanding than you used to be? More compassionate? More resilient? These are the markers of real growth and achievement. 9. Cherish your loved ones. In the whirlwind of our daily lives, it's so easy to get caught up in the endless to-do lists, personal ambitions, and the seemingly urgent tasks that consume our time and energy. Yet, Stoicism reminds us of one profound truth. Life is fleeting, and the most precious part of it is the relationships we cultivate along the way. This ancient philosophy teaches us that while discipline and resilience are crucial, so too are connection, presence, and community. The Stoics understood that every moment spent with our loved ones is irreplaceable and should never be taken for granted. Consider for a moment what it would mean to truly cherish the people in your life. Think about the last time you shared a moment with a friend or family member, a laugh, a comforting silence, or an encouraging word. Those moments, however brief, are the essence of life. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that we are all here for a limited time, and we never truly know when we'll share our last moment with someone dear to us. This perspective isn't meant to cause fear, but to inspire us to be more mindful, to truly appreciate the moments we share with others. How can we put this Stoic lesson into practice, especially when life gets busy and distractions are everywhere? First, it starts with mindfulness. Be fully present when you're with your loved ones. When you're in their company, set aside your phone, let go of mental to-do lists, and focus entirely on them. Listen to them with genuine interest, without thinking about your response or what you'll say next. This act of being present may seem small, but it has a powerful impact. It shows your loved ones that they matter to you, that they are worth your undivided attention. Expressing gratitude is another key part of cherishing our loved ones. It's not just about saying thank you, but about truly appreciating the role they play in your life. The Stoics taught that each day, each moment, is a gift. By expressing gratitude, not only in words but in actions, we acknowledge the value of the people who enrich our lives. It could be a simple note, a gesture of appreciation, or a thoughtful act that shows them how much they mean to you. These small actions reinforce the bond you share and create lasting memories that go beyond words. Another element is forgiveness and understanding. Stoicism teaches us to view others with compassion, recognizing that just like us, they too are on their own journey filled with challenges and struggles. When conflicts arise, and they inevitably will, approach them with patience and empathy. Choose to forgive, to see past the temporary irritations or misunderstandings, and focus instead on the love and connection that binds you. Life is too short to hold grudges, and forgiveness is a gift we give both to ourselves and to our loved ones. Time is perhaps the most precious gift you can give. In our pursuit of personal goals and ambitions, it's easy to let relationships slide, assuming that people will always be there. But Stoicism teaches us to remember the impermanence of life, urging us to make time for those who truly matter. Prioritize quality time, even if it means rearranging your schedule or letting go of less important commitments. Plan a regular gathering, a meal, or even a quiet evening where you can share stories, memories, and laughter. These moments don't have to be extravagant. What matters most is the shared experience, the feeling of being valued and connected. To deepen this connection, engage in shared activities or rituals. Whether it's a weekly family dinner, a morning coffee with a friend, or a simple check-in call, these routines become touchstones that reinforce your relationships. These rituals give you something to look forward to and become cherished traditions that strengthen the bonds between you and your loved ones. They create a sense of belonging and continuity, a reminder that in the shifting tides of life, these relationships are a constant, a source of warmth and grounding. Cherishing our loved ones also means supporting them in their dreams and ambitions. Take an active interest in what they are passionate about. Encourage them in their pursuits and be there for them in moments of triumph and failure alike. Be a cheerleader for their successes and a comforting presence during their setbacks. This support, this presence, is one of the greatest gifts you can offer. Lastly, remind yourself regularly of the Stoic concept of memento mori, which means remember that you will die. This isn't meant to be morbid. Instead, it's a powerful reminder of the preciousness of each moment. When we remember that our time is limited, we begin to appreciate each interaction, each shared moment, and each word spoken with those we love. This awareness adds a richness and a sense of urgency to our relationships, encouraging us to show love and appreciation here and now, not later or someday. Cherishing our loved ones is about recognizing that they are the true source of richness and joy in our lives. It's about honoring the unique place they hold in our hearts by giving them our time, attention, and affection. Let's make it a habit to express our appreciation, to practice gratitude, and to create meaningful moments with the people we hold dear. In doing so, we not only enhance our relationships, but also bring more depth, warmth, and joy into our own lives. Thank you for joining us today on Wisdom of the Stoicism. Every step we take together on this journey of inner peace, resilience, and connection brings more fulfillment and meaning to our lives. Embracing Stoicism isn't just about accumulating knowledge, it's about putting it into practice and choosing to live with purpose, courage, and a compassionate heart. So if these messages resonate with you, please consider subscribing and staying tuned for more insights that can help deepen this journey. As we close this chapter, remember, Stoicism isn't just a philosophy of the past. It's a living, breathing guide for navigating life's complexities with strength and grace. Each time you apply these insights, you're taking a step toward a life of resilience, inner peace, and meaningful connections. Thank you for being here, for sharing this journey with us, and for embracing the wisdom of Stoicism. Together, let's continue to grow toward a life of purpose, fulfillment, and connection.